November 9th, 1989. The wall dividing Berlin into eastern and western parts fell. The wall symbolized the collapse of East Germany, officially known as the German Democratic, and the end of the communist era in Germany. But this year's anniversary is being celebrated in Germany in the shadow of a political earthquake triggered by the crushing victory of Donald Trump and Republicans overseas. The government has fallen apart. Olaf Scholz may say that the government will go on, but this is a minority government that can't really do anything anymore. It can only wait and prolong the issues of bringing about new elections. The coalition of the SPD, the Greens, and FDP, which has ruled Germany for 3 years, fell apart on Wednesday when the chancellor dismissed Finance Minister Christian Lindner of the liberal FDP, officially due to disagreements over economic and budgetary policy. Earlier, during a meeting of coalition party leaders, the FDP proposed new elections to the Bundestag. Bavarian Prime Minister Markus Söder demanded early elections, and Robert Habeck, the head of the Liberal Party that was entering the coalition, said goodbye to the coalition, and as a result, Olaf Scholz lost his majority in the Bundestag. Scholz's Social Democrats are anxious for the early elections to be held as late as possible, as his party is scouring the bottom in the polls. On the other hand, the opposition from the CDU, whose polls today give it about 30% support, is pushing for the earliest possible electoral settlement. In all likelihood, Chancellor Scholz will lose power, and this is good news in a way because his policy has been a policy of procrastination, a policy also very weak in terms of countering Russian aggression. German writer Martin Marco added fuel to the fire by pointing out the alleged successes of German policy toward Russia during the official celebration of the 35th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. The Nord Stream project, which the SPD and CDU clung to for so pitifully long against legitimate criticism, was only a bridge. Your words in the spring of 2022 further encouraged Putin's aggression that Germany, the world's masters of moralism, will not let go of the lucrative deal, regardless of Ukraine. A threatened Eastern Europe will have to suffer the consequences. Martin Marco's speech sparked the fury of the German president. Steinmeier exclaimed that Marco Martin doesn't understand politics and that he doesn't know what Steinmeier was doing behind the scenes. But regardless of what the former foreign minister in Chancellor Angela Merkel's cabinet was doing behind the scenes, the result was a German-Russian cooperation that was carried out against all odds for many years. Germany has for decades walked hand in hand with Putin's Russia, military and technological cooperation, or the construction, bypassing Poland and Ukraine, of the Nord Stream gas pipelines are just a few examples of these activities taking place at the expense of Central and Eastern Europe. The question is how the political earthquake in Berlin will affect the government of Donald Tusk, a politician whose for years main ally has been Germany. I believe that regardless of whether Donald Tusk's friends from the CDU or the SPD are in power, German policy, unfortunately, towards today's Polish government will not change. It will continue to be a policy that does not treat the Polish government subjectively. Since taking power, Tusk's government has led to the halting of many investments started by the United Right government that are important for Poland's development, such as the Central Transportation Port and nuclear power plants. The fate of the expansion of Polish seaports, which were supposed to compete with German ports, is still uncertain, all according to the principle, why build in Poland if it already works in Germany?